Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're playing Times of Lore. Alright, interesting. Let's see how this game works. Alright, we get to be a knight, Valkyrie, or barbarian, huh? Let's go knight. Screw it. Alright. So we have an attack, and then our other button is our inventory, our menu, really. Interesting. Burden rests heavily upon my heart, so I humbly request your aid to weeks past. Caravan was sent from Rider bearing the foretelling stones. The caravan was raided by orcs in the dark forest. The stones were lost. Please seek out these brigands and retain the stones for the kingdom. You also have 78 gold coins and 3 portions of food. So this might be one of those games that you actually have to eat. Oops. Days when the king... I think we accidentally attacked him, so now he's all crazy. It's kind of funny. Alright, what do we got going on here? Alright, let's just try to find our way out of... Just try to find our way out of town and kind of, see what we got going on as far as the actual game itself. Find some combat. Looking at the orc, you say enemies in the orc. So it's an orc, alright. It's really hard to differentiate the... That is kind of funny when you kill everything, it just turns into... So we just have a random assortment of shit that we had just attacked. We got spiders, skeletons, orcs... And it's funny how even the spiders turn into skeletons. This kind of looks like a gargoyle. Orcs. Very basic as far as everything goes. Is this a wizard too? We're just... I hope none of these are friendly, because we're just plowing through everything. Oops. Pick up the red scroll. We haven't gotten any gold at the moment. Oh, speaking of, pick a bag of gold. We have no decent HUD, so other than the candle that's burning, we have no way of knowing what our hit points are, any other information that we may have. We are just getting bombarded by stuff left and right. Like, do we have any experience? To give a spider. Spider's dead, man. Yeah, we have nothing that actually shows... Okay, we can pause the game. But we have no, like, actual information about our character at all. Like, in theory, this seemed like it would be a pretty fun, silly little game, but I see what they're trying to do, and they're trying to do, you know, a decent amount of stuff on here. But with the fact that some of the most basic parts of games like this, an RPG, of, like, what are our stats? Like, how much health do we have? Where is our health? Like, there's nothing that we actually have any way of viewing. We got 2 portions of food. Shows our gold, the amount of food we have, and the item we're holding. But other than that, it has no basis whatsoever. It has nothing for us. Alright, which game option? Score, load game, music. Your score is 11. We have a score. Okay. Weird. Really weird. So we have 0 maps, 0 real basis on where we're going. Nothing on our health. I don't know if we level up or we just have a score. So we just get points for killing things? And what's with the candle? Is that kind of showing us the time of day? Or is that like a timer counting down? Or what? I guess we'll play until we see kind of more what's going on. Are we in a new village? I mean, I'll give them A for effort and creativity and everything, but I think they just kind of, they missed the mark, I think, in what you need in games like these. Brave Warrior needs a magical axe. This fine weapon will cost you 95 gold coins. So now that it will cost me 95 gold coins and I actually buy the item, doesn't actually give me an option. Oh, maybe it won't let me because I'm 1 gold short. So it's just going to not even have that option there for me. Ah. It is a little slow on the uptake, so we wind up doing things a couple times extra. Like I mean, we didn't really go through it and look immensely at the last village. He's a thug. But we'll leave the thug alone. We won't attack the thug. Unless he doesn't get the hell out of our way, and then we can kick the thug's butt. Now, all that for a whole lot of nothing. Alright, fair enough. He was walking backwards for a minute there. Good stuff. So welcome to the tavern, but again, with no other options. Okay, there we go. Provisions. Completing the deal, you give the innkeeper 10 gold coins as payment. Alright, what did it say? Great Giant is reputed to live east of Ryder. Okay. So they are just saying the same thing. Kingdom. Ah. Alright. So it's 10 gold for one portion of food. That seems high. Alright, well let's go out again and wander the very same looking ground. Like the game, it has potential. It had potential, not really has, because it's quite old and done for. But like a lot of things felt fairly short in regards to everything. Like just the background and everything, just so like again with the not putting any effort in. Maybe it was just very limited in what they could do. Fair enough, because it seems like it's a quite extensive, quite large game. So, you know, you have to lack some things. But, I mean, I've played Dragon Warriors and Final Fantasies on the system, and they've had very good, you know, map design and layout and everything, where everything looked nice. You collapsed dead. See, we have no idea how much damage. Like, I don't understand why it did not have the simple thing of... Unless that was the candle. Maybe that was what the candle was. I mean, maybe the candle was our health? We're just a candle in the wind? Alright, weeks past, you heard of sand from Ryder burying the foretelling stones. Question, rumors. Alright. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm gonna go get hit and see if our candle drops when we get hit. Maybe that's what it is. Alright, so we're gonna go in a different direction. We're gonna watch when we get hit and see if our candle drops a little bit. Here's the forest. Alright, so we're gonna get hit. The next enemy we're gonna let hit us. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so the candle is our health. Alright, we'll play around in here for a minute. We'll go back to the inn. We're going to do a little bit of experimenting to see if we can, you know, grasp more of the game. Unfortunately, there's no blocking, no shields or whatever, so when they're throwing these things at us, we're just getting smacked by it. You definitely don't move well enough to be able to, like, avoid the stuff. Like the knives, you're pretty much just taking the hit. Ah! Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to attack you. Yeah, accidentally do stuff like that with the two-button thing. So now we have a ranged weapon. And it doesn't seem like you can kill the NPCs and they don't attack you, they just kind of go crazy and start dancing around. It is disappointing how absolutely slow. I mean, we are a knight in armor, so we'll give it the benefit of the doubt on that one, that it's kind of basing it on that. Gold seems to be something fairly hard to come by, to be honest. Like, we haven't had anything dropping anything. There we go. The dagger is surprisingly useful. Alright, what is the blue potion? Examine blue potion. Contains a murky liquid. So we don't know what it does. Usually blue potions are mana potions, but since we don't have spells or anything in here, I think we're going to use it just to check it out. Maybe it's maybe it heals. Use blue potion. Yeah, it definitely healed us. Not much, but it was a healing potion. Alright, so we had 74, 84. So it almost seems like it's just always going to be 10. Trying to find our way back to town. Starting to pick up more items. That's nice. There's a random TP. Whoa! Turning around also is very slow going. Like he's not turning around. And it's really frustrating. And the fact that there's just constant enemy streams, you don't really get like any reprieve at all. Is this what we were looking for? Oof. We are getting whooped up on. Oops. That's got to be the camp. Now we got to figure out how to get out of here. And make it back to, And are we able to really outrun that's going to be our next question, is can we outrun the stuff? And just work our way back. I don't even know if the urn is actually what we're looking to get. Like we were moving good and then we slowed down. There we go. Chugga 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 choo choo. It's silly that you can't just start running. You almost got to build up speed and momentum. And you start getting faster and faster. Alright, we'll go to the inn. Where are we? Alright, let's see a couple things. Let's see if provisions. Let's see what or lodging. That's what we're looking for. Alright. So it gives us a password. It's gonna heal us, right? I hope. Okay. There we go. Alright, so now we do this. Score. Hey, we got lots of points this time around. Again, I don't understand the score thing. Is that supposed to be like experience or what? But reply yes. Orders. How about this? Give, earn? Okay, there it is, yeah. So it was what it was. The prior says, you're well done, accept this goal as reward. Go and visit the regent now for his need for your skills. Alright. So now we go where the guards were. Welcome. Ask your favor for which I'll offer you a fine reward. Use against us and siege in the kingdom. He says, please answer your tip and speed be with you. Alright, so that's all we got going on, huh? Oops. Alright, what do we got at the moment? 169 gold. Look at us go. Alright. Is there any purpose in us going in the stairs? Maybe. Laying strong. Oh, they just kicked us out. Alright, fair enough. So if they have something to say when you hit the B button, they'll talk right away. If not, there's really no point. Another thing we're learning here. Now, do we want the magic axe? Kinda do, right? We'll go get that. We'll see what goes on with that. Oh, yeah. Come on. Ah. The whole you're really slow until you like start going to town is kind of obnoxious. But hey, once you get going, you can just really bypass all these guys. A green potion. I wonder if you have a limited inventory or not. I kind of want to use the scroll. What do you say we use the scroll? So it's a free spell. That's kind of cool. Well, that was the blue scroll. Why don't we see what the red scroll does, shall we? All right, let's get some guys on the screen. We don't want to waste it for one. All right, let's use the blue. Or the green. The red scroll, that's what I'm looking for. Just the insta-kill. All right. Well, at least low-level guys, right? We don't know if it's going to do insta-kill on strong things, but right now, it insta-kills the little dudes. Alright, here's a town. So the dude with the axe was around over here, right? Well, not here. Somewhere in the vicinity. You're the not good dude. You're a thug. We will avoid the thug. Alright, let's go to the inn and heal. Maybe get some more provisions. Lodging. We'll get one provision. We're not going to be playing much longer, but I am curious just to do a little bit more. Alright. So let's go find the axe. I'm still thrown by the score. Where was the axe? Some say there is magic with the power to transport one around the kingdom. Oh, that could be very useful. Teleportation is always a good thing. There it is, by axe. Alright. So, it's pretty much a boomerang. Let's go try it out and see how well it works. I mean, between this and the dagger, it's not really seeing any real difference. It might be a little faster. It doesn't have the range, though. You definitely can get lost in this without being able to really see anything or there being any real landmarks. I mean, this is the first kind of landmark we've seen here. I wonder if we can search. No. I mean, there's no real rhyme or reason behind the enemies. It's just random. The set, what, 4 different kinds of enemies that are out here, or 5, and that's just it. It's just randomly running around. You got the 2 wizards, the spiders, the orcs, the skeleton. Hey, we picked up some food, it looks like. Yeah, these guys, the skellies or whatever, these are the 2 kinds of mages, the orcs, the spiders. But it's all just pretty random. The question is, do you get like any kind of armors? Do you upgrade? Do you get levels? Is a score, like I figure score is kind of like experience, but do you actually get to use it? Or are you just, is it just there to like see how far you get? Yeah, we've been pretty much running this direction for so long. Hey, we finally hit something. Oh, that's the town folk. Like, the town folk and everything else looks so similar that everything gets discombobulated. The inns all kind of look the same, just different colored. I don't know. There was definitely something here. I just feel like the I don't know. They could have done a little more. At least in my opinion, maybe they could. Maybe they did what they could with what they had. Like we don't know what they were working with or any of that. But it's just like, it's an RPG, but without leveling, it just kind of feels. Like, all in all, it seems like it could have been and it is kind of a decent little game and kind of fun. Definitely probably more involved than I have found at the moment. I'm giving it the vast benefit of the doubt that there's a lot more to this game that I'm just haven't got to yet, not seeing, or just not fully understanding without having any kind of books or any information on the game, where we're just trying to play it as is and figure it out. definitely seems... It seems simple and possibly very complex at the same time. Like, we got a score, but that's it. We did figure out our health bar. I mean, a lot of it feels really kind of basic and humdrum. And the fact that everything really blends together, so like you wind up hitting townsfolk. Luckily, they make it so it's not penalized, because that can put you in a lot of issues with that. Just the random, just never-ending stream of enemies. That maybe that's good. They could be good and bad at the same time. Where it's good if you want to go out and farm points and get gold and items. Then this never-ending stream of stuff is not a terrible idea. But it also just feels just monotonous and constant, where you don't even get that like real like lull or being able to do much or whatever. Just everywhere you go, there's some random item, or random enemy, I should say. Sorry, not item. Of unknown origin. Nothing really congeals together. Nothing is really like kind of, you know, everything just seems hodgepodged. Where there's no rhyme or reason to have the different wizards and mages and orcs and all these just random things. Why can't we have different areas that have very specific and unique monsters instead of just everywhere you go it's the same 5? And it just feels hodgepodged and like meh. The controls, unfortunately, your guy does not maneuver well, especially in combat, where you go to turn around and sometimes he'll not turn. He'll walk in reverse sometimes, and there's just so much going on. Unfortunately, I mean, I get it. Not the whole no map thing. I get, and I totally understand. But like having some kind of semblance of it, especially with the fact that most of the map looks almost identical. So the fact that you actually will just get completely lost so fast while you're trying to explore places is a little obnoxious, because this all looks the same. And without the like what doesn't feel like you leveling up, kind of takes away a little bit of the fun of an RPG where you're just what you are is what you are, minus getting different weapons that may or may not even do anything different. Like the dagger and the axe don't seem to be any different, like power level. Axe might be a little faster, which makes no sense. The dagger did have more range on it. But yeah, I would love to know if there's anything that your actual score does for you, or if it really is just a point thing for you. Is this where the dude was that we got? No, this is something different. I like that there's night and day. You have things sleeping. Monsters are actually in towns, even at night. We're at night more so than they're not there at daytime. There's a couple of really kind of decently done things, and all in all, as a whole, it's not a bad game by any means. It's just it feels unfinished, unpolished, and like they're missing stuff, you know. Says, would you be needing a pair of boots? Reply, yes. Circe looks at you and says, I have boots that enable you to run like the wind. Question, boots. Cost you 77 gold coins. Let's buy the boots. Let's buy some provisions. Alright, so do we have the boots on? We're down to 14 gold. Pulling boots on, you feel unusually agile. Oh, look at that! We can move! There we go! That's definitely worth some 77 gold there. I wish they did a little bit different and better on like being able to pick up items just with a button thing instead of having to go in the menu, and everything just seems kind of drawn out. And talking about the whole like not going in the right direction. The time has not yet come for us to speak. Well, geez, thanks for that. Well, that's gonna probably do it for now. Like, the game seems a little fun, seems different, unique enough without being, but you know, it's got a little bit of, well, a lot of Gauntlet kind of feel in it. The score thing. Again, I don't know about. I haven't really got the grasp of it yet. If it has any other basis other than just actual points, the fact that you don't level up, I don't know if that's necessarily the worst thing. Like, I don't think you have to have a game that levels up, and you just you just improve your character by talking to random people, and some of them actually have items and armor that you can get from them to improve yourself. So with that being said, I mean, that's not terrible. My biggest problem with it is it feels unpolished and unfinished. All the backgrounds and everything seems so much the same that it seems like it's really easy to get lost. Like, I have no clue where the hell we are at this point. Like, we walked forever, we hit stuff, everything looks the same, there's no real landmarks, all the towns look the same, all the color is the same, like everything is just so washed into all of the same that there's nothing really distinguish itself other than the fact that you're in like the desert and then you're in forest and then there's water. Other than that, there's really nothing else. Even all the forests look the same. Like, it's almost copy and pasted on every inch of this entire game so far. So I think that's my biggest problem, is a game like this that seems like it's fairly vast. The fact that you get lost so easy because there's nothing that defines anything. It's all the same boring thing. All the enemies really kind of blend together. The fact that there's just 5 of them that just constantly keep spawning non-stop is a little just like, whatever. I'm over it. The fact that like some of the enemies look a lot like the townsfolk, and all of a sudden it just blends in and you don't know what's what. Luckily, like I said, there's no penalty, at least that I've noticed, for hitting the townsfolk, except it pisses them off and has them running all over the place. Other than that, there's not much. So it's an interesting, different game. Haven't really played much of anything like this. Again, like I said, it feels a little like a bit like a Gauntlet game without being a Gauntlet game, if that makes sense, because it's not like that huge flux of just endless waves where you go take out the little generator in order to stop stuff. So, you know, you have that unique gauntlet style or gauntlet play, where this feels like it has some parts of that without being gauntlet, and it's like Crystallis, it's like a couple of the Willow and some of those other RPG-esque top-down games that they have on the NES, where it's live action, so it's not like a JRPG where you have the random battles that just appear, then you go into the next thing. Everything is there and in front of you, but it seems like it's lacking a lot. Like, there doesn't seem to be a real, like, heart and soul of the game, no real good feel of it. Yeah, you got a couple of quests, but everything just seems to be the exact same of the same. All the enemies are the same, all the land is the same, all the zones are the same, all the villages are the same. It's like everything is just all the same. And it kind of takes you out of everything, and it just kind of, you lose the feel. Like, you really need to be able to immerse yourself in the game for it to have any longevity. At least for me. The more you do the same stuff, seeing the same stuff, and everything is all just, you know, bland, boring, same, you just start coming out and you just start getting bored of it. You start falling asleep. You start not paying attention. Where, you know, you want the stuff to kind of keep you alive, keep you invested and changing. And this game just does not have that. It has enough that it's playable. It's fun. The controls are a little stiff. Like, I mean, like, you can see we're running in backwards half the time. And when we do that, we can't attack. We can only attack in front of us. So, silly stuff like that. The fact that you have to go into this, to go over to this, to go over to this, to pick up the item on the ground is really kind of obnoxious. I wish they had some coding in there to just pick it up with, like, your attack or whatever. So you can just step on it, hit that button, picks up the item on the ground, and move on with life. Like, having to do that every single time is, again, just a time waster where it just becomes so, like, oh my god, I have to do this again, where you don't even want to pick stuff up. So the game has some fun qualities. It's a decent little game, something kind of fun to play, but it's got a lot of just negatives that really keep it from being a really good game, and just really has it sitting at like a bottom tier. Yeah, it's there, and it looks like it's going to be a long game, so it's not like it's going to be a rental. It's a game that if you wound up opening it for like Christmas or birthday or something, it's not the end of the world. You have a game that you can sit there and probably enjoy for a good while. But I feel like there's so many better ones that just do more in this genre and just make it better, that this one definitely falls way short of everything else. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You have a great day. Till next time.